Hello, welcome back. Another film start with no makeup. I think I do more films at the beginning with no makeup than I do with makeup. But at least we know it can only get better. So this week I'm going to be talking all about the Codate Beauty brand. It's one of my most favourite brands that I use, and there are items that I use on a daily basis. I absolutely love this brand. Codate is like luxury. It's like using luxury. It's quite a high-end brand. It's not as pricey as a lot of the high-end brands. I think you're getting just as good here with Codate as what you would get with Dior, Estee Lauder, all the big names. I hope the light's not gonna irritate you. The sun's in and out, and I didn't want to put a light on for this. I wanted everything to be as natural as possible. You can buy Codate from their store in the Burlington Arcade, it's worth a visit just to go there. It's beautiful, and I think it's available in Harrods and Phoenix as well. I've got a 15% discount code for you all, so go treat yourself. And yeah, it's beautiful makeup, really lovely. So let's crack on. Right, now there's two different types of foundations that Codate do. The most popular that you'll see if you watch any makeup on YouTube, I would say, is their Beauty Balm, but I prefer the Day to Night. It's more of a heavier foundation. I've got loads of pigmentation, and with, you know, at my age, I just feel this looks better on me. I'll leave all the shades that I'm using down below as well. So this is a brilliant coverage, and it's buildable as well. So I'll just swipe the applicator wand there, and I'll just roll it. And then the rest of it I actually massage in with my hands. So I've got a mirror just below here. Just put a little bit on the eyes, because that will lighten them. I use quite a yellow tone foundation. I always prefer yellow tones. I think they're just warmer on me, and it really does go on lovely. It feels like just like a moisturiser going on your face, really, with a nice little bit of cover. Now if you wanted a heavier base, you could build that up a little bit more, but I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to go straight in with a little bit of concealer over the top there. But yeah, I love the colour, so I'm just going to buff that in. Very natural looking. And another thing that I like about the Codate brand is nothing is ever too much trouble. I'm sure if you had any queries about buying any makeup, what would suit you as well, tell them what your colouring is. You can phone the store, and that they're brilliant at giving advice. Very helpful. Customer service is brilliant. Right, now I'm going to use a little bit of concealer. Seamless Cover concealer this is, and I always just go down there. I've got a vein there, a little bit dark there, the blasted scarring from those spots with that face mask, and just a very light dab under there, under the eyes. and you'll notice this is a lot lighter than the foundation, and that's how I like my concealer to be, just a little bit lighter. I'm just going to pat that in with this foundation brush. Everything just blends in, so it's just everything is so easy to apply. I always spread my lips and pat that in, and there you go, that's the base done. Right, eyebrows. Now with the eyebrow pencils, which are lovely and soft as well, you get a spoolie on the end, and I think they do every colour imaginable. I don't need a lot of coverage on my eyebrows, but I just have a little filling at the beginning there. And if you see the last film, that little trick of lifting up there and then going down, and it just accentuates that point a little bit more, gives you a little bit more shape and a nice little lift as well. And I always brush upwards, and I don't need a lot, but I just think it just makes that little bit of smartness, just, I don't know, gives them that little bit of edge. They're lovely to use, the pencils, nice and soft. But this, I really like this, it's very natural looking. Now I'm going to do two different types of eyeshadow here, because if you're a regular viewer, you will know that I use on a daily basis their blusher trio. Now look, I've actually got another one ready and waiting, but this is one of the items that I use on a daily basis. I absolutely love this highlighter. It's absolutely amazing, and it's just the perfect eye colour for me. I don't like anything too over the top. I like quite a natural, neutral makeup. I'm just going to zoom you in a little bit there. That's better. Right, so I'm just going to go straight over the eyes. And what I'm going to do one eye, how I would do my eye makeup every day. And then I'm going to do, that was the dog, by the way, just knocked the tripod. Sorry about that. And then I'm going to do another eye with a makeup. So that's it. That is literally all I do, is add some of that highlighter, then some eyeliner, which I'll do after I put the other shadow on. Now I've got two palettes here. I've got this one with those shades. I actually quite like that rust. I might go in with those. This is the type of eye makeup I would do if I was going out somewhere a bit more special. And then I've got those ones. But what I will say about the Code 8 brand is that all of their makeup is very pigmented. You do not need a lot. You can see this is one of my favourites. It's got a big dent in it, but that's what I'm going to use as the base. So I'm just going to go over now with this one. And that just gives a nice base to put some colour on. Right, little flat brush. This is the one that I always use. I use this little flat I'm using this little flat brush, and I just pat that. I'm going to use this rust colour here, and I'm just going to pat that down the corners here. I'm not that great at doing eye makeup, but this I found really worked out easy for me, so I'm just patting it. And then just into the crease there. And it's just for that little corner of colour. And can you see how pigmented it is? And then I just brush that in. And if I need to use more, I'll use more, which I feel that I do. I'm going to go further in. So it's still, it's a lovely colour, but it's just that little bit more heavier than this what I wear in the daytime, and it's a lovely warm colour, I think. I think. Very nice. I think I'm going to add a little something in that corner there. Yeah, I'm going to go in with that deeper beige tone just for a little bit of blend, so it's not too white. Right. Now sometimes, for a little bit of depth into my eye socket, I'll use a little bit of this pink as well. And that's what I liked about this trio, is that it's a blusher, a highlighter, your eyeshadow, everything in one. I absolutely love it. Like I say, I use it on a daily basis. Look, it's a minute amount on there, and that just gives that little bit of depth into the eye socket. It's very subtle, but it's very effective. Yes. Right, eyeliner. I'll put all these bits aside so that I know what I've used, so that I can write it down. Right, the eyeliner, the Koday eyeliner. Again, it's very soft, and again you've got an applicator on the end there. So I'm just going to draw a very fine pencil line along the lash line. I don't like my eyeliner to be at all thick. This is a brilliant tip for anyone who's like me and not got a lot in the eyelash department. Mine are very stumpy, and I'll try and get that pencil right along that lash line, and when you put mascara on, it just adds to that lash effect that little bit more. So I'm going to smooth that in so that it's not a harsh line. I'm not the best of makeup vloggers when it comes to eyes, because I keep mine quite natural. there you go. Very, very easy. And it looks quite heavy, but once you've got the mascara on over the top of that, it's going to barely notice. This is where I have to use the magnifying glass for these old eyes. But the Koday Lash Sophisticate, I forgot what it was called there. This is a glass bottle. It's got a brilliant pump on it and a very good spoolie. And it's got lovely coverage. I'll use 2 coats of this tops. So just lift the eyes up. Have to use a magnifying glass, and I can always see any imperfections as well then that I've missed without having my glasses on. I think this is a ×10, it's brilliant. Right, so while that first coat is drying, I'm going to use a little bit of blush and bronzer. Now, I think I'll do blush first. So again, I'm going to go in with that lighter colour. You can tell I don't really use the dark so much, it's a little bit dark for me. So I'm just going to put a little dab on each cheek, smile. And that instantly gives me a little bit of a healthy glow. Just going to blend that in a little bit more, because sometimes just bronze can make you look a little bit too orangey. If you need to blend that out a bit more, but not, that is just lovely. And then I'm going to go over with bronzer. Now, I don't know, if you've not been here before you wouldn't know, but this is another one of my daily uses, and that's what's left of it. The first few days of receiving my Code 8 bronzer, try not to waste any because it's gold to me, I dropped it and it shattered, but I've still used it. I have a new one, but I am eking that one out because I never want to run out of this stuff. There's the new one. And look, that does not look dark at all. But believe me, you need one swoop of this on a brush and it will be enough to bronze your face. It's absolutely amazing stuff. This is another one that I use every day, as I just said. And it's one of the best bronzers that I've ever used. I always used to go for a bronzer without any shimmer in it, because I find that it can be a little bit aging if you're not careful. But this has got shimmer in it, but it must be the perfect combination because it's beautiful. It really does give your face a lovely lift. I use the biggest brush ever, which I'm going to use, and I'll leave this one linked below as well. Yeah, so one sweep, and I shall just, twirl it round, and if you need more you can always add more, but trust me, I think I actually unboxed this on here, and the first time I used it I ended up looking so orangey because I just used way too much. Go into the hairline. It's a beautiful bronzer. I absolutely love it. What do you think? I always hope that I'm getting the true colour here on the film. I absolutely love it. It's so natural looking. It's not sparkly, but it just gives you that really nice healthy glow. And I'm going to be very careful with this one. And not to drop it. Right, now I'm going to go in with a second coat of the mascara with the magnifying glass. The big brush, by the way, is amazing for face powders and bronzers. That's why I'm going to link it below, because it was only cheap, but I totally recommend it. And that's one thing I've noticed that Kodate's not doing yet, is any makeup brushes. So come on Kodate, that's what we need. A set of makeup brushes, because I know if they make them, they are going to be amazing. Right, lips. Now, they do three types of lipstick, Kodate. They do the lip glaze. This is new to me, and it was only when I went in the store recently that I discovered this lip glaze, and it's a very close second favourite. When you say lip glaze or lip paint, I imagine something that's going to be matte, dry, and just not my cup of tea. But Kodate kindly gifted me this one, and it's just such a beautiful shade. It's very natural. I need to do like 3 different lipsticks because I'd love you to see them all. And this one I really want to show you. I'm debating on what one to use now. Then you've got the, what are these called? AM PM lip crowns. Now these go up and down, they've got a twister on them, and these are lovely if you like a really light soft lipstick. Sorry, the camera cut out there. Yeah, very moisturising. What can I do? Put it on my hand. They're not at all heavy, not overly glossy. I do like them. That's what you need. Right, now the lip tint. That's the lip tint. I love that colour. And look how soft it is. And it doesn't dry up matte at all. And I love it. But it's not my favourite, so that's not what I'm going to show you today. And I don't know if you've seen the vlog where I actually went to Kodate and I had my very own personal lipstick made, which was out of this world. It's such a beautiful personal experience to have your own colour designed especially for you and watch it be made in front of you. It's absolutely amazing. If you can ever get to London, I totally recommend it, and I think it makes a great gift for a day out as well. And I have the lipstick here, and it's called Vanity. I'll leave the film linked below of when I actually got the lipstick made. Packaging is beautiful. Yeah, so I called it Vanity, and that is my own signature lipstick. And so this is what I'm going to put on today, because that was made specially for me. You can actually buy it, but you have to phone the store and ask for Vanity. and then you can buy it. Or you could go and have your own done. I thought it was a lot more expensive than it is. I think it's £70 for like a 40-minute consultation, and you get the lipstick. I'll leave the price down below anyway. But it's absolutely amazing, a brilliant experience. But my all-time favourite, if you're a regular here, you will know I put this on literally every day, and it would be Wanderlust. And this is just the most perfect nude shade I have ever found. Hence why there's hardly any left. And I love their packaging, the magnetic packaging. I think that's very cloakroom worthy, as is the black one as well. Very nice. And you get your own box with that, with the ID Lab. You can have a whole face full of makeup consultation if you wish. You know, it'd be a lot more pricier, but wow, wouldn't that be good? Yes, so let's crack on with the lips. And put this Vanity on. And when I went and had this made, I said to them, I asked if I could have my lipstick made as close to Wanderlust as possible, because I just love it so much. And that's what they made me. It's close to Wanderlust, but it's got just that little bit more of a peachy shade. And there you go. So that's it. What do you think of the eye? This one is that little bit more darker. I'm going to add a little bit more, I think. I've not gone as over the top as I should have done for an evening look, I don't think. I'm just going to add a little bit more of this rust. It's just so easy. Yeah. I'd like to know which one you like most. The more colourful one with the rust, or the highlighted one with the blush in the socket there. I can hear a fly. Great. Right, so that's it. I hope you enjoyed that. Please go and have a look at the Code8 website. As I said, I'll link all the colours below that I've used. It really is a brand worth looking at, honestly. Please give the film a thumbs up if you've enjoyed it. I'd love to hear your thoughts. And I'll see you next week.